Thank you, Brian. Hello, everyone.
Hi,
How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for coming out in this weather to see me. I want to let you know I've been practicing this in front of a mirror, and it makes me laugh, so I hope you're going to enjoy it. You know, coincidentally, that's the same thing I say to a girl before we have sex for the first time. Anyway, while you're mulling that one over, I know you're probably thinking, he looks familiar. Well, yes, I've been doing a lot of extra work recently in movies and television. I even got to be an extra on The Sopranos during their last season, which was really a thrill for me. I got to sit at the bar at the Bada Bing Club and pretend to drink alcohol and get topless girls for like 4 hours. It's quite a stretch for me. A brilliant performance. Oh, and when the shoot was done, they told me the compensation was going to be $75. And I thought that was fair, so I paid them. Anyway, I'm sure you can tell I haven't always been a stand-up comedian. I used to have a regular job. Then one day the boss came in and he asked me to send him an email when I was finished working on this project. Unfortunately, I thought he said send him a she-mail. You know, I mean, what the fuck did I know? Maybe that's how he likes to celebrate a completed project. I don't work there anymore. But last I heard, they were still together. Now, call me old-fashioned, but she-mails really fascinate me. I mean, if a girl has a pretty face, you know, nice tits and a cute ass, who might have let a little thing like a penis stand in the way? If you think about it, there's really a lot of advantages to dating a she-male. It's never her time of the month, there's no PMS. That's a plus. You probably don't have to beg her that much to get her to have anal sex with you. Another good thing. If she moves in, she's probably already got the his in her towels. Oh, and best of all, as far as a threesome goes, well, you pretty much have that with just the two of you. Now, I have been looking for a 9-to-5 job for a while now, and I haven't had any luck for some reason. Tell me, am I supposed to leave the flask in my pocket during the whole interview? I mean, no matter how long it goes, because after 10 minutes, I usually get a little thirsty. Maybe I should be offering them something. They probably don't think I'm a team player. But believe it or not, I've been invited back for a few second interviews, which I thought was a good sign, but no. Just turns out they wanted to verify how much they hated me the first time we met. But these interviews are really crazy. Do they expect you to be honest on these things? Here's a question they like to ask a lot now. What do you think your biggest weakness is? Now, am I seriously going to tell them that I like to call in sick when I'm really just hungover? They're going to find that out on their own. And every time you go on another interview, you've got to fill out another application. It's really mind-numbing. This was actually on an application a few weeks back. Lists 3 references. Cannot be friends, family, or coworkers, past or present. Well, who the hell is left? Finally, I thought about it, and I put down my bartender, my drug dealer, and the local hooker. So far, they haven't called me. But the hooker tells me that the guy who took my application is a pretty big tipper. One of my buddies suggests I looked on Craigslist for a job. He said there's lots of offers there. He was right. I looked, but all those offers are for hand jobs and blow jobs. Now, don't get me wrong, those are good jobs to get. But I'm just not so sure they have really good health benefits. I am at a point in my life now where health benefits are very important to me. I have an expectant mother at home. Thank you for your applause. Well, it's probably not what you think anyway. It's just that my mom lives with me, and she really expects a lot. Anyway, anybody see these commercials for doggy steps? This is an actual little staircase for dogs with short legs. It helps them jump up on the bed or the couch easier. You know, if I wanted my dog on the bed or the couch, I would have gotten a dog with longer legs in the first place. I'm kidding. I have a Yorkshire Terrier. I love him. It's spoiled rotten. In fact, he's so spoiled, he wouldn't even use doggy steps. He's holding out for doggy escalator. His name is Oliver, and like I said, he's a Yorkshire Terrier, and like most descendants from England, he really loves to drink beer. If I'm drinking beer, I got to pour some O'Doul's into his water dish, or he won't let me drink in peace, and it's got to be O'Doul's. He's underage. And if I'm out drinking beer, like I am tonight, and I come home, he insists on French kissing me for like 10 minutes. I'm kidding. I'm the one who insists. He doesn't really seem to mind. Speaking of commercials, and I think I was, I'm sure you're all sick of these prescription drug ads that list like 100 horrible side effects that are 10 times worse than you had in the first place. But I'll share this with you anyway. It's for a nighttime sleep aid. I won't mention it by name, I don't need a lawsuit, but it's a nighttime sleep aid And one of the side effects is possible sleeplessness. Sleeplessness. You know, I already have that side effect. That's why I'm taking the fucking pill in the first place. It's like taking Viagra and finding out one of the side effects is an extremely soft penis. I already have that. Again, I'm kidding. I've never taken Viagra myself, but my grandfather, he took it until he was 86 years old. He wasn't still sexually active, he just really enjoyed walking around with a heart on. You know, unfortunately, he stopped taking it a few years before he died, or we could have played horseshoes at the least. You know, we probably still could have. He looked pretty stiff to me. I guess rigor mortis is nature's Viagra. But he was quite a character, my grandfather. Actually, he really was sexually active at age 86. I just didn't think you guys would believe that. He used to have hookers come over to his house like 2 or 3 times a week. I thought this was really disrespectful to my grandmother's memory. I mean, she was still alive, she just couldn't remember that the hookers were there. Yeah, the phrase dirty old man doesn't really do him justice, because based on the stories he would tell us, he was pretty much a dirty young man, too. Yeah, I remember the times around the holidays, he would proudly gather the grandchildren and tell us all about the time that, as a young man, he gave himself a blowjob. Needless to say, I was mortified. Mortified that this particular trait doesn't run in the family. The gray hair, I got that. The ability to suck my own dick now. Thankfully, I don't need to do that to myself anyway. I'm pretty sure you all can tell. I can get a blowjob anytime I like. All I need to do is pour little O'Douls on my crotch, and I'm all set. Yeah, now I know why they call them man's best friend. Come on, I'm an animal lover. Anyway, I was thinking of switching my cell phone service over to Singular. They claim to have the fewest dropped calls. I could use that because I drop my phone all the time. Yeah, I even dropped it into a public toilet once. Look, had it on my belt clip, opened up my pants, plop, right in. And this particular phone was not a floater, so to speak, right to the bottom. Lucky for me, though, there was a used condom in there, and it was filled with semen, so they rescued it. Hey. What, is that one caught up to you?
I got it.
Thank you very much. Anyway, I was over at the Applebee's in Times Square a few weeks ago. I don't know if anybody's been there. It's quite a big building. It's got 3 floors. So I guess you could say it's a restaurant that sucks on many different levels. But I was there a little while, and I told the waitress I needed to go to the bathroom. She said, okay, go down and a little to the right. Now, I almost always go down, unless I'm a little aroused, but usually I go a little to the left. But I figured, all right, I'll try it our way, and I did. And there wasn't much difference. I just had to dry off the other shoe for a change. But while I was in the men's room, I noticed they had a baby changing table in there. Now, is that where you go to exchange your baby if you're not happy with it? No, I'm kidding again. I know what it's for. But what struck me about this particular table was, next to the brand name, there was a little sign in Braille. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I very rarely see a blind man in the men's room changing a baby. In all fairness, he probably doesn't see me either. Speaking of restaurants, and I guess I had some oysters for lunch. They're supposed to be good for you. I think one of the expressions is they put lead in your pencil. Well, that'd be great if I had someone to write to. I sure could use a pen pal right about now. Not necessarily a long-term commitment, you know, just one of these sex buddies that seems so popular these days would be fine. Sex without any of the headaches of romance or commitment. I mean, personally, it sounds degrading to both parties, if you ask me, and I hope to be degraded as soon as possible. But if you think about it, it's a great way to keep in practice until the right girl does come along. The way I practice now is only good if the right girl comes along and she's really into having her penis stroked by my right hand.